We got something for you. We got something for you. It's something Megapod shiny. It's wrapped in Megapod plastic. Put on your Megapod jammy. It's time for Megapod-tastic. 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 Megapod-tastic.
Good morning. Welcome. Today is the day. Today's the day we've been waiting for a long time. In just about 10 minutes, James Gunn is going to reveal to the world his upcoming slate of DC Comics projects. I apologize. As soon as I go live, I feel like I'm about to sneeze. That's inconvenient. Hang on, wanted to mute that so I don't sneeze in all your faces. Isn't that always the way? I was fine, then I go live, and immediately a sneeze comes on. So this is it, man. This is it. This is the day we've been waiting for. I'm trying to. There we go. I have two screens up. Movie Hunter is here. Hello, Movie Hunter. Good to see you. Love that profile pic, Movie Hunter, with the arcade machines. Love to see that. So yeah, we are 10 minutes away, and I don't know where the best place to go for this news is. I have Slash Film pulled up, and I'm just going to keep kind of refreshing. But, I also did a search bar for James Gunn DC. So I don't know. We'll keep looking, see what we can find as the time comes. Slash Film. I'm used to going to Slash Film first. Slash Film used to be my go-to for movie news. Unfortunately, they're not as good as they used to be. The former owner of Slash Film, Peter Sciretta, sold the company. Who did he sell it to? It's listed at the bottom of the page here. That's another thing. For some reason, my computer is being unresponsive today. Why is that? I feel like I have more computer issues than anyone else. It's like every time I try to do these things, there's a holdup. Like, look at this. You can see me. I'm trying to pull this down. It's not budging. It's just not budging. Why? Now we're down there, but it's still. I don't know. So we may not even be able to get the news even as it drops because. Here it is. Static Media. That's who Peter Sciretta sold Slash Film to. And ever since then, their quality has, quite frankly, gone in the toilet. But they're still the place I go for my news first because I don't know. I haven't found anyone better. If you can suggest a better movie site for movie information, I am more than happy to hear it. And Lisa's here. Hi ho, Lisa. Boredom Strikes is here. Good to see you, Boredom Strikes. Lifelong toy collector / film might as well be Ain't It Cool News nowadays. You're not wrong. I still think they haven't sunk quite that low. Ain't It Cool News, man. I'll tell you, if I had the money, I would love to buy Ain't It Cool News. I really would, because Ain't It Cool News is terrible and irrelevant these days. They haven't been relevant in years, but they were kind of the first new movie news site that we all kind of went to, right? Like back in the 90s, they were kind of one of the pioneers, and I kind of feel like it's a shame what happened to them. Harry Knowles totally self-destructed, both in his personal life and in how he runs the page. Sometimes there's crappy people in the world and they're not good people, but they still do what they do well. Like let's take, for example, Joss Whedon. Okay. Joss Whedon was a complete dirtbag on set. He treated people like garbage, but he was still a talented writer. And he was still a talented director. And it's like, okay, he may have been a garbage human, but he was good at what he did. You often have situations like that where it's like, yes, this person is terrible, but they're talented. And unfortunately, ain't it cool news? Harry Knowles, we found out, is a terrible human being, but you can't even say, but at least his website's good, because his website kind of self destructed too. All right, here we go. We're not quite there yet. It is not noon yet. Again, any suggestions for where to go? Too many resources running at once, Movie Hunter says. Might want to clean up all 10 files. I just did that though. I just did that not too long ago. So I don't know. But here we go. So for 5 minutes left, I should point out to those of you who don't know, I am a huge DC Comics fan. I've always loved DC, much more so than Marvel. I like Marvel comics too. I like comics. I always say I like comics, but the DC characters. One second. DC characters are some of the most iconic characters ever. Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman, they're like the most iconic superheroes of all time. As much as we love the MCU, I remember as a kid growing up in the 70s and 80s, anyone on the street could identify Superman, Batman, or Wonder Woman. Not everyone could identify Wolverine. Now, maybe now today, you know, today, after how many X-Men movies were there? The average person on the street probably knows who Wolverine is now. They do, not even a maybe. Same thing with Iron Man. Because of the movies and because of Robert Downey Jr. and Kevin Feige, everybody knows who Iron Man is. But Iron Man in the 80s was a B-lister at best. And if we're being honest, he was more of a C-lister. Iron Man was nobody's top tier of superheroes. It was the movies that put him in that position. So growing up in the 80s, my love of superheroes really stemmed from the Christopher Reeve Superman movies, the Adam West Batman series, which was in reruns at the time, and every day at like 3 p.m. or something during the summer months. My local channel, Channel 29, always showed Batman. And I remember I'd had to get home. We'd be at the like doing stuff in the summer. We'd be like at the pool or something. I'd be like, "Hey, I got to get home. Batman's on. I got to see how he got out of that predicament that he was just in yesterday." Same bat time, same bat channel. Got to get there and find out how the story resolves itself. And while those stories were quite silly at the time, kind of took them seriously. As a kid, you didn't realize it was parody. At least I didn't. I thought, oh, this is something. Batman's in a bind here. How's he going to get out of this one? And I wanted to get resolution to it. So between Christopher Reeve and Adam West, plus the Saturday morning um, Super Friends cartoons, and then in 1984 we got the Superpowers collection toy line. This is a vintage Dr. Fate figure missing his cape. By the way, this toy line is now back because this is a vintage from the 80s, but now McFarlane Toys has picked up the license and we are actually getting new Superpowers figures. This is a brand new Superpowers Wonder Woman that I just bought this week. And here's Batman. So the Superpowers collection from 1984 is back with new figures. So between 1984, the Superpowers team toys, the Super Friends cartoons, Christopher Reeve movies, Adam West reruns, and Linda Carter was on TV. Yeah, with Spider-Man, we had the Spider-Man, the reruns of the 66 cartoon were still airing, and Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends were on Saturday morning, and the Incredible Hulk had a cartoon, and we had Lou Ferrigno. So there were a few Marvel heroes that were pretty well known at the time, but not to the extent of the DC heroes. It just wasn't the same. We are just, well, it's now noon. It is now noon, and there is nothing yet up on Slash Film. I'm hitting the refresh button. All right, let's try over here. I'm just using the search term James Gunn DC. This James Gunn DC movie slate, that's from 12 hours ago. So that's somebody speculating. That's another thing. I've seen some so-called scoopers who have tried to reveal the slate early, but I don't trust any of those people. Movie Hunter says, I remember those days back when cartoons were only on Saturday mornings. I don't know if I agree with that, because there did seem to be a lot of cartoons in the like 3 p.m. hour when you got out of school too. Like He-Man was never a Saturday morning cartoon. He-Man was always something that aired after school. Same with G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe and the Transformers. Look at this. Nothing's happening. I'm clicking on tools. I want to filter this by the time, and nothing's happening. Come on, man. Help me out here. Let's try Slash Film again. Well, here it is. It's noon, and we seem to have nothing yet. Come on. Oh, here we go. Anytime. It's moving so slow. Now it's going to images. I don't want images. I just want to filter by time. Movie Hunter says pre-cable days, we only had 3 channels. That is very true. Okay, all filters. No, that's not what I want. Let's try tools. It's moving so slow, man. It wasn't moving this slow. It wasn't moving this slow before I set up the second monitor. I'm working on 2 monitors to do this. And I swear, before I put in the second monitor, it wasn't doing any of this crap. All right, here we go. Anytime. Whew. Boredom Strike says the rap has it. All right, let's try the rap. All right, this is it. Waiting for it to come up. All right. Get out of here. This is going to be a pain. It's not gonna scroll for me. The Batman Part 2 and another Superman relaunch will mark the official start of James Gunn and Peter Safran's DC cinematic universe. Okay. I'd like to scroll down now, please. Get out of my way. Come on, scroll down. Stop fighting me. Stop. Oh my God, so many ads. Jeez. Look at that. It just opens up. Well, this is terrible. This is terrible. I don't want, get out of my way. All right, you know what? Here, I'm going to go on my phone and we'll read it from my phone because this is just ridiculous. Sometimes I wonder why I even try doing live streams. It seems there's always an issue. And hey, look, Blue Jay has joined us. Hang on, let me bring him in. Hey, Blue Jay, welcome. Welcome to the party. I'm having tech issues.
Yeah, what's going on, Crazy Joe?
Hey, good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Yeah, I won't. I might not be there till too long. because I'm going to go to the store real quick. But I'm freaking excited about this slate.
Well, we just got. I'm looking at it on my phone because for some reason I can't scroll here. But it says the first phase of the DCU, the next attempt by Warner Brothers Discovery to make an interconnected DC universe, will begin in 2025 with yet another Superman reboot, and a sequel to the Batman. The movie's called Superman Legacy. It'll debut July 11th, 2025. While Batman 2 will be October 3rd. Let's see. Have you read any of this yet?
Uh, Freaking RJ tried to literally 5 minutes before they post the stuff. Um, RJ put out the whole thing. I was like, you son of a bitch. But I did see the whole. I did see the whole slate. But man, I'm freaking excited now.
Uh,
That's just.
So far, all I've seen is Superman Legacy. Let's see. They will be preceded by 4 DC flicks. Okay, we know that. Shazam, Blue Beetle, Aquaman. Yes. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. The first DCU projects to be released will be an animated Creature Commandos series written by Gunn, an HBO Max series starring Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. So this kind of proves that it is a soft reboot because Viola Davis is returning. Safran described the next Superman flick. The third would be reboots and Superman Returns. Okay, we know all that. Where's the new stuff? Is that all that was announced? Superman and Batman 2? What did RJ have? I'm only seeing Superman Legacy. I'm not seeing anything additional. Oh, we lost RJ. Or we lost Blue Jay. Sorry, Blue Jay. I don't know how you dropped out of the stream. Are you still there? All right. I think we lost Blue Jay. Okay, we lost him. He did mention he was at the store. All right. I don't see much on the wrap. What are you looking at? Okay. Apparently, Hollywood Reporter is the place to be. All right. DC Slate unveiled new Batman, Supergirl movies, a Green Lantern TV show. All right. This is better than the wrap. That's for sure. A new Batman movie without Robert Pattinson, but featuring Bruce Wayne's murderous son. What? So that's Damian. So what? Damian's going to be Batman? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. All right. A Game of Thrones style drama set on Wonder Woman's home island of Themyscira. Hey, Christine. I'm reading this on the Hollywood Reporter. Yeah, that is right up my wife's alley. She is a Wonder Woman fan. All right. That's just part of what will be coming to theaters. The Parabon. Okay, give me everything. Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. That's the name of the first phase. Chapter 1, Gods and Monsters. Now, what are we getting here? While plans may shift, here is the initial slate of Chapter 1. Creature Commandos, an animated 7-episode series written by Gunn that is already in production. Originally a team of classic monsters assembled to fight the Nazis. This is a modern take on the concept. The voice actors have yet to be cast, but the executives are looking to find people who can voice the animated characters and also portray live-action versions when the anti-heroes show up in movies and TV shows. That is awesome, and that is so James Gunn to start with something as obscure as the Creature Commandos. Then we've got Waller, a spin-off series of James Gunn's own HBO hit series, The Peacemaker. Viola Davis will return as the ruthless and morally ambiguous head of a government task force, being written by Crystal Henry and Jeremy Carver, the creator of the Doom Patrol TV series. Then we get Superman Legacy, a movie featuring Man of Steel. Focuses on Superman balancing his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing. He is the embodiment of truth, justice, and the American way. He is kindness in a world that thinks kindness is old-fashioned. Hey, I like the sound of that. Yeah, that sounds like Superman. Lanterns. Greg Berlanti's long in the works Green Lantern TV series has been scrapped. The duo have parted ways with the longtime DC series. In its place will be a new take on the space cops with power rings. Our vision for this is very much in the vein of True Detective, Safran described. It's terrestrial based. It will feature prominent Lantern heroes Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart, and is one of the most important shows they have in development. This plays a really big role. Okay, that's cool. The Authority. I've never read a comic with The Authority. The Authority is a movie based on a team of superheroes with rather extreme methods of protecting the planet. First originated in the late 90s under the Wildstorm imprint by Jim Lee. One of the things of the DCU is it's not just a story of heroes and villains. Not every film and TV show is going to be about good guy versus bad guy. Giant things from the sky. There are white hats, black hats, and gray hats. They are kind of like Jack Nicholson and A Few Good Men. They know what you want them. They know that you want them on the wall, or at least they believe that. Then Paradise Lost. This is the Game of Thrones style series set on Themyscira. I think my wife has a new favorite show ready to happen here. The Brave and the Bold. All right, here we go. Brave and the Bold. This is the introduction of the DCU Batman, said James Gunn, of Bruce Wayne, and also introduces our favorite Robin, Damian Wayne, who is a little son of a bitch. The movie will take inspiration from the now classic Batman run by Grant Morrison that introduced Batman. This is smart. This is really smart because if you're going to have a new Batman and you're going to have the Robert Pattinson Batman coexisting, then that's a tricky balancing act. So this sounds totally different. And by not calling it Batman, calling it Brave and the Bold, you do create a good differential there. Then we have a sequel to the Batman. Pattinson will continue to play the Dark Knight in at least one more crime saga movie directed by Matt Reeves. It's titled The Batman Part 2. And I knew this was coming. I knew it. Booster Gold, my all-time favorite superhero. James Gunn took a poll months ago and said, what less prominent, what more, slightly more obscure DC hero do you most want to see get their own project? And the far and away winner was Booster Gold. So after that poll, I knew we were going to get something Booster Gold. Booster Gold's an HBO Max series based on a unique and lower tiered hero created in 1986. Safran said of the series, it's about a loser from the future who uses basic future technology to come back to today and pretend to be a superhero. Gunn described it as imposter syndrome as a superhero. Then we get Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Taking its cues from the recent Tom King miniseries, the movie project promises to have a different take than what most people think of Superman's cousin. We will see the difference between Superman, who was sent to Earth, raised by loving parents, and Supergirl, who was raised on a rock and who watched everyone around her die and be killed in terrible ways for the first 14 years of her life, then come to Earth. She's very much more hardcore and not the Supergirl we're used to. Then we got Swamp Thing, a horror film that promises to close out the first part of the first chapter. There we go. There you have it. That's your DC slate. Now, I got to wonder, this is clearly a soft reboot because we've got Viola Davis returning. There's more? Right. And then it says he also said the four leads of those films could potentially continue playing their leading roles in other DCU projects down the line. There's nothing that prohibits that from happening. There you go. The leads of the upcoming films: Blue Beetle, Shazam, The Flash, and Aquaman, all are returnable. They're all. It says it right here. They mentioned Ezra Miller being in recovery, so Ezra Miller could theoretically return. I honestly don't think he will. I think they'll recast. That seems like a bad idea to bring Ezra back, but they're also promoting a movie right now, so maybe it's best not to say we're firing the lead. Butts Unplugged says hello. Good to see you, Butts Unplugged. Good to see you, Trey Needham. So there we go. That's your DC slate. It's a soft reboot as I expected, But I'm very happy with this. All right, that's why we were here. We were here to see the DC slate. I'm not going to keep the stream going too long, but if anybody wants to chime in with your thoughts on this, I'm very happy to hear them. Let me know. Are you excited by this? I'm very excited. This is pretty much what I wanted to hear. I'm liking everything I'm hearing here. So let us know. I'm not seeing any comments yet, so we'll go just a couple more minutes. Oh boy, this is exciting news. I knew they weren't going to be doing any kind of hardcore reboot. Movie Hunter says I'm super excited. Butts Unplugged says he can't wait. And Movie Hunter can't wait to see what comes from this new direction. Yeah, it's James Gunn, man. This is a guy who made movie stars out of a talking tree and a talking squirrel. Imagine what he's going to do with the greatest superheroes of all time. There you have it, man. Your DC slate. I'm excited. Sounds like you guys in the chat are excited. And 2025, man, it's going to be an epic year. Bring it on. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you being here. Keep wearing those pajamas.